I think we're live. Yeah, we're live. What up, you beautiful nerds? That's a new one. My special guest today, Adele. Adele, how are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad. Guys, I was just telling Adele, it's a beautiful name, Adele. It was in my top list name of like names for my next child. Such a beautiful name. I only know two Adeles. You're one of them, and the other one's a singer, but I
Really?
don't really know her that much.
Really? You don't know anybody else? Okay, that's interesting.
No other Adeles out there for me besides the singer.
I know. Well, I know three.
You know, three. Look at you. Well, Adele, thank you for coming on my podcast. I want to ask you because I asked you to come on my show because uh, we go to the same gym. You train more than me, obviously, but I go with my wife and we see you train, and I follow you on Instagram, and you train a lot. So I want to reach out and ask you this whole CrossFit training. When and why did you start it?
Oh, yeah. So I do train a lot. I
hmm
I do have a full time job though, but I feel like my part time job is training. Um, so I started CrossFit originally just to get in shape to help me out with mostly soccer, right? Because I've been playing soccer since I was 5 years old. So
hmm
I it was originally to like get back into shape. I had gained some weight, um, and I thought it would help me out, especially with soccer. So I started off in the same classes that you do. So I started off in the boot camp classes, and then
hmm
I eventually moved up to the CrossFit classes, and now I still do the CrossFit classes, and I also do extra pieces on the side just because
hmm
I love it and I just want to get better faster and just spend most of my time at the gym.
Yeah, that's good. So you just like decided like one day I'm gonna try boot camp kind of thing. Did anyone motivate you, or is it really like yourself? Like, yeah, I'm fed up with this. I need to get back into shape, kind of thing.
I always saw like I was at the gym before and I always saw like the
hmm
classes going on and it always interested me, and then my goal was always like one day I'm going to do a CrossFit class and like that's going to be me cuz I was super impressed by everybody there. Like one day that's going to be me, and now it is, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty understandable. Even me too. Like, when I used to train, I was strong, but then I just stopped everything altogether.
Mm,
But then I decided to get back into shape, so I went to the roots of like boxing, just
mhm.
like because I broke my back. But boxing was good. I could have like moved my hands at least and slowly
Mhm.
get back into shape. But then I saw these big weirdos in the background doing this jujitsu stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I want to do that too one day. I want to like
Yeah.
hurt people and stuff. But it takes time, but you just need that little motivation or something like to inspire you. Like, holy shit, I want to be like those savages
Yeah.
right there. And it's 100% true what you said. Like when I go to that gym with my wife, like you're surrounded like a lot of like intent, like nice people, but very intense. Like holy shit, like, you get inspired. Like
Yeah.
everyone's super in shape and like dying, but like in a good way.
Yeah. Well, what's great about our gym is that it's super inclusive. Like you have an athlete like me that's like your normal your regular athlete, but then you have like advanced athletes, so like Damien and Gianluca,
hmm
and like you can train side by side with them, and like it doesn't change anything. You're still a person trying to like work as hard as them. And that's what's great about the gym and about CrossFit is that as long as you put in um like the effort, it doesn't matter what level
Mm,
you're at.
100%. Because we'll have like like in any sport, you have like weaknesses and strength.
Hmm.
Like when I was doing a class once with my wife, like there's certain things like she says, "Oh, you do so well at this and that." I'm like, okay, I'm not good at everything. I'm okay. But then we did a part in the class where I was skipping. I can't skip, Adele. I can't skip. I used to do boxing. I can't skip. She was just there like a movie in Rocky or some shit. Like she was just like skipping my career. Like, holy shit, you found something that you're good at. But like she gets these little hints of motivation to keep
Yeah.
her going, kind of thing. But yeah, it's a good atmosphere to be at a type of gym like that. I never feel uncomfortable anytime I go there, no matter
Right.
what I see. Or you're doing like if you're doing a certain exercise that's a little bit intimidating, I'm like holy shit, I can't do that. But it's kind of cool to watch it though, like to
Yeah.
see like maybe I can do it one day. I don't like. And I was talking to you about what was it, pistol squats.
Yes. Those.
That's actually really like. When did you start the pistol squat?
Oh, it's been a while. Honestly, I Because like obviously like you're talking about your wife and the skipping, like we all have our weaknesses, right? Like I
Mhm.
saw your push-ups are great, but I mean your weaknesses is maybe
Thank you.
your weaknesses is maybe skipping, so like more of a coordination thing.
Mm,
So we all have our weaknesses, and like pistols have always been one of my weaknesses. So I had a knee injury, so that didn't help me. So
mm,
as soon as like I was cleared for my knee injury and I started following like Gianluca's programming on the side to get better
mhm,
at my weaknesses, that's when I started doing pistols way often, like every week, right?
mhm,
And I think it's about like maybe like 3 months that I'm trying to get good at pistols one a week.
mm.
I'm not gonna guarantee that I hit them every week because sometimes it takes a toll on the body, but I
Yeah.
try as much as possible for sure.
It's when you like when I see you do it and you're holding your other foot,
Yeah,
that's like holy shit. I can't even do it on my foot without I have to hold on a bar to do a pistol squat right
you're
now.
trying now. You started,
A little bit here and there. I'm trying. I'm
so you
trying.
understand the here and there. Yeah,
I understand the stress,
yeah,
like the whole.
yeah.
It's crazy workout though.
Yes.
You think you're, and as you mentioned before, like you're saying, like push-ups and injuries. I tried Adele something new. I'm trying to do something new for this year. So like this whole. Do you do like
I
calisthenics
no,
training
I
or like
don't.
gymnastic stuff?
Yeah, well, it's like gymnastics and calisthenics are like they're related, but like can't
Yeah,
some calisthenics things are very impressive, like
yeah.
crazy
So
impressive.
maybe I'm wording it wrong, but like I ordered those huge rings the
Oh,
gymnast has.
yes.
Okay, so this is a true story. It happened last week. So I tried to do push-ups. So I'm good at push-ups,
Mm,
but I did push-ups on the
the rings.
rings. I don't know what happened to me, Adele. I was
Hum,
shaking
hum,
like crazy.
humbling experience, right?
It's so this what I did that. I overdid it because I was excited. It was something new, right? So I did these ring push-ups. Then that night I had my jiu-jitsu class. Uh, I barely went through the warm-ups. I was so tense and like pre-injured. I did one
Oh,
rotation on my neck and I just popped something and like I told the
oh,
coach, I'm out. So it was like I felt that it was kicking in the workouts. Plus, I must have acted.
mm,
I overtrained, I think,
yeah,
and I got so. It was the hardest thing. Not the hardest. Well, it's really hard. I'll be honest. It was. I was shaking so much because
yeah,
there's like I have no stability. It
yeah.
was like,
But it's like stability, it's core, and
yeah.
it's also like a different area of your pec. So
Mm-hmm.
it's yes, but you did good to that's actually really like smart to like okay, I'm done like
I couldn't move my neck
cuz most
fully,
of
and
us
if I know
are
if I
most of us will be like, yeah, forget about it. I'll just
you fight through it.
pretend it's not there, you know.
I know, but that's bad,
I
Adela.
know.
Because it's the you know what my theory is. It's well, theory. It's if I get hurt now, let's say I stopped on the Monday, I'm like, okay, I made a good decision because now I rolled again this week, so I'm
Mhm.
good. But if I would have continued, I would have hurt myself probably for who knows how long. And especially I'm older, I might have been out for a month. It
That
was just like it
so
was just
mature.
nagging me.
Honestly, like
So mature.
I wish I thought like that sometimes. I probably wouldn't have been in some injuries, but that is a it's very mature decision.
So is it safe to say when you train sometimes and you get an injury, do you just fight through it kind of thing?
Yeah.
That's
It's kind of my
mm,
MO. I know it's not great. I know. For those
well, I
listening,
guess
I do not recommend, but it happens sometimes.
yeah, it
But that's
does.
how you learn, right?
Yeah. Well, I never stop learning because I always get hurt every couple of weeks anyway. So I just stop early now. That's all that happens. It's
Just
just new pains. But
the way you see it is that you got way more wisdom than everybody else.
mm. But you have done like the have you done like ring exercise as well? Is there anything from the rings that you really like about or
Well, there's ring push-ups I've done so we have like tricep extensions on the rings, right? The ring
yes,
dips.
that I did too. That was super hard.
Those are very hard. So like
Yeah.
what else we have on rings? We have ring rows. Ring rows are
Mm-hmm.
mostly like it's an easier exercise. People use them to scale like pull-ups.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done ring rows. Like the ultimate ring exercise would be a ring muscle up, right? But
That was the one I was about to say.
that's like Those are goals.
I don't think I can do it in my house because if I do a muscle up, I'm gonna hit the ceiling.
Yeah.
So, but even though like the muscle up is like that's where I stopped it. Okay, I can do like pull ups, push ups, and dips. That's what I'm trying to add right now. I'm gonna start again next week
Yeah.
because I put my body in shock. So
Well, all
yeah,
those pull-ups, dips are gonna help you with a muscle up, with a bar muscle up. Those are all the elements that you need.
it's gonna lead me up to it.
Exactly. That's what I'm doing just to lead up to that bar muscle up too.
And Adele, now that you've been training CrossFit, have you competed in any events?
I have actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done like an individual competition maybe like a year after I started. So for me it
Mm-hmm.
was more like just a judging point, right? Like so I could look
Okay.
back and be like, oh, back then I did these weights and whatever. So I did that with one of my friends, and then I've done other competitions too. But the most recent one that I did was Top Box, which is it's actually the biggest team competition in Canada. So
Oh,
it's held at what's it called, Stade Uniprix. Is it Uniprix? No,
starting pre.
at Jerry Park where there's the tennis
Okay.
court, right? Where they do the
Okay. Oh
tennis,
yeah.
right? So I did a team competition, team of four.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great. I did it with my friends. It was a lot of fun. And but I mean the most important competition when it comes to CrossFit is the CrossFit Open. So
Mm-hmm.
that's when everybody that does CrossFit joins, and you're basically against everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, so last year actually, it's weird that I've been doing CrossFit for this long, but last year was actually my first Open, and this
Mm-hmm.
year would be my second Open.
And the open, I always ask this for everyone who comes
Hmm.
to my show that does CrossFit. The open is anyone can join, or you have to be invited, or you have to qualify. Like,
Anybody could join.
okay,
Anybody.
anyone can join.
You could
Okay.
you could be doing CrossFit like it's been 2 days, or you could not
Mm-hmm.
even start CrossFit and you can do the
Okay.
Open. They have
Wow.
adaptability for everybody. So if you can't do the movement, there's another movement that could be done. Obviously,
Okay.
you won't be higher up in the standings, right? Because they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna take into consideration what you like subbed in, what you scaled for. But anybody could do it. Anybody. That's what's great about it.
I'll just sign up, and if I see skipping, all right, I'm out, guys. I'm
Yeah.
out later. Last place. I'll take the last place medal if they have. I don't know, or a
Or
ribbon.
you could just try to skip, and if you get like, say it's like 300 reps and you get 200,
Mm-hmm.
well, you still got 200 reps.
Oh God, 200 reps. I'm gonna take an hour, at least for me. That's all. That's like I'm not shy of it, guys. I'm horrible at skipping. I'm not nothing shy about. Nothing to lie about. I'm just horrible.
You
My
gotta,
wife's a machine though, and I hate her for that, and I love her.
maybe she could give you tips. Yeah,
She's,
I know you
you
don't
know what her
want
tip
that.
is?
You don't want
You know
it,
what her
but I
tip
mean,
is, Liddell? Just look at me. That's her tip. Just look at me. I'm like, that's not advice. That's like you're good at something, and you're saying you're how good you are at it. So,
oh my god.
the thing is, we've taken a little break with the gym because ever since Christmas and work, we just taken this massive like break. But she's like, we're dying to come back because
Yeah,
it's such a good atmosphere there. Like, and our son came with us once. He's 5, and he has his own little dumbbells and his own little kettlebell, and he
so
wants to
cute.
come too. Now, yeah, you're gonna see him one time. He's hilarious.
He's
He's gonna
I saw him hilarious. But I just stand and I stare because it's just so funny.
he's just gonna shake his butt and walk
He
around. But
still
like we love,
he steals the show. I hope you guys know, right?
he is the show.
He is the show.
He's telling me he wants to do jujitsu now. I'm like,
Oh,
great. I told my wife he's
really?
gonna. Oh yes, he's gonna kick my ass in 7 years from now. Who knows?
Wow.
But it's good to do extra, like to just train, no matter what it is. Like I was telling like my wife too. Like the reason why I do this is because one day, like my son's gonna see this. So if
Yeah.
jujitsu or CrossFit or boot camp, like I told her for her too, like he's gonna see mommy do this,
Hmm.
and you're gonna be proud of yourself. I'm telling you.
Exactly. That's why it's great that you bring him to the gym, because like just him seeing, being surrounded by people that are just like trying to get better every day, like it's just a great atmosphere to be in, and he's gonna see the effort that you guys put in, and it's just gonna like dictate how he wants to live his life.
Yeah, absolutely. Recommend that to all parents.
Bring your
Do
kids,
it.
bring your kids to
Bring
the
your
gym
kids.
with you. If you don't
Start
have,
the gym.
yeah, if you don't have a babysitter, just bring him to the gym.
Yeah, we're gonna bring him. He's good now. He's 5.
Yeah.
We're actually stepping up our game at home now. We got this Echo bike from Rogue.
Yes, I saw.
Oh,
So impressive.
like my wife, I told my wife, can we get this bike? She's like, yes, I love it. I'm like, what? Because she's starting to get into more the groove of
Wow,
this
that's
like
great.
exercising. Yeah, so now she's pumped to use it almost every day. She can't wait to come back to the gym. And yeah, it's just it starts somewhere, right, Adele? You just have to like get it going and
Yeah.
not be intimidated by everyone all the time.
Oh, that's good that she uses the Echo bike. Echo bike's hard.
It
Some
is hard. I thought,
some say it's harder than the assault bike.
yeah, I just do 10-20s all the time now.
So
Trying
like
to
10 on, 20 off.
yeah for four
Great.
minutes and
That's
I'm
great.
dead. Knees
Four
want to explode.
4 minutes. Next time you could bump it up to 8.
There's the 20, yeah, the 28-10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still learning the lingo of CrossFit and all this stuff. Like the 28-10 is the next one there. But Adele, how many times? That's what I ask you. How many times do you train in a week?
So I train 5 times. I have 2 rest days, which are Thursday, Sunday.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
That's real.
it's pretty good.
And injury wise, you're okay. I know you say you fight through injuries, but like,
Yeah, at the moment it's
say
not.
the truth.
Yeah, at the moment it's not great. I have costochondritis, which is inflammation
Okay.
of the cartilage in between your sternum, right? So like on the ribs, everything that joins to the ribs.
Okay.
And it's been tough. It's very painful. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
as if you're having a heart attack like every single day.
Gee. Oh my
And
god.
like I said, I try to push through pain, but like this is the type of pain that you can't really push through. So it's been hard, but
Mm-hmm.
like you know how I am. I go to the gym. I do what I could do. Like I've been doing a lot of cardio, right? Cause
Yeah, you're constantly training.
yeah,
Like I just constant.
yeah. So
But
I've been doing a lot of cardio that don't involve like any upper body movement. So like a
mm-hmm.
lot of skipping rope. So you could come do some skipping rope with
Damn
me.
skip. No.
A lot of
Fall on my
a
face.
lot of running, a lot of like biking, and like I can incorporate some legs, but I cannot put
Mm-hmm.
any like pressure on my chest basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did this develop before the training, or is it something like you always had?
No, it developed because of the training. Basically, we
Because
we think it's because like I've been doing too many pressing movements, so
okay,
it created some inflammation in my sternum. But
and has it been getting better, or
yes, it was getting better. And then unfortunately, like it flared up again.
hmm,
So that was a bit frustrating. But like I said, I took some time and I told myself like it's okay not to be okay because I was like
yeah,
really down. And then
mm-hmm,
after I told myself it's okay not to be okay, I'm like, okay, now that you felt
yeah,
it and that like all that, let's get back to it and do what we could. So that's it. Gianluca's been
yeah,
helping me a lot with like everything I could do, I will do. So that
yeah,
when I do come back and when I could come back 100%, well, at least I'm not coming back from like 0. I'm coming back from like maybe
yeah,
70 or whatever you
yeah,
could
for
say.
sure. It'll be much better. Like I came back from like 0 because the whole reason I broke my back is because I stopped for like 4 or 5 years, and that's the
Really?
worst thing anyone can do. I think the guys don't like if you train, don't stop training. Like just keep on going, like because
Yeah.
5 year break just made me constantly have this relapses of breaking my back and breaking my
Wow.
back. And then I had that one explosion in my back where it's like I thought I was going to be paralyzed forever because
Wow.
my discs were
Mhm.
so inflated. I did 2 MRIs and I hate the MRI machine. Have you ever done an MRI machine?
Hate it. You
You're
have to like
it's like you're
sing
basically in a
songs in
tombstone.
your head. It's like it's
Yeah,
like I'm like borderline claustrophobic first of all, so that
yeah, me
doesn't
too.
help. But second of all, it's just like it's very hard. It's a hard
Yeah, you
machine.
can't one little like one little cough and we got to redo the
Yeah.
scan. So I'm like, God damn it! But yeah, as soon as you you're in a good position. Like I took a year to get back into things after that injury because I couldn't put my socks on, couldn't do anything. My wife was helping me get dressed. It was
That's crazy.
horrible. How crazy! It's scary. So that me being that scared. allowed me to get back into the fitness world and really start training again.
Yeah.
But yeah, take the time you need. Don't be shy. Couldn't
Yeah.
put my socks on.
That's
I'm
that
proud of saying that.
that's crazy. But it's kind of nice to know that, like, in the sense that, like, me too, I was like, oh, you know what, maybe I should stop everything, like it's not
Mm,
useful for me to even do
don't think
cardio or
that.
whatever. But like
Yeah.
hearing your story, it gives me like the reassurance that, like, yeah, okay, go do cardio, like don't stop
Yeah.
everything. Like, yes, it's a bad injury, and I know it's but like you too, it's a horrible injury, but you telling me this, it helps me out, like knowing that, yeah, yeah, don't stop completely.
1000%. You have people that are helping you out. You do movements that go around that injury,
Yeah.
and like that for me, boxing I went around my back problem,
Mhm.
and now I'm doing jiu-jitsu where jiu-jitsu you use your back quite a bit.
Yeah.
Till this day, Adele, I don't even think about my back.
Wow.
Like my wife, people still asking because they remember.
Yeah.
They always ask, "Oh, okay, your back. The back is over. Like
Yeah.
there's no more questions about my back. Ask me about my neck, my shoulders, or like new pains that I'm having. Don't ask me
Yeah.
about my back. My back is strong, stronger than ever, and I can't even believe I feel confident enough to do deadlifts. That's
That's
how come.
great.
Even though deadlifts don't
Yeah.
go with jujitsu, I feel I'm
Yeah.
strong enough to do deadlifts again.
That's great though.
So you're gonna do it. You're gonna come back stronger than ever.
Yeah, that's it. It gives you so much like motivation, because like I'm sure when you were in your back injury and you couldn't even put on your socks, you never even thought about thinking of doing deadlifts again. And it's like me right now. Like I don't even think of like being able to like do a clean and jerk at the moment, but like I know it's
Hmm.
gonna come. It's just it's tough.
Have you spoken to any doctors
Oh yeah, yeah.
about and
I've
what did
seen
they recommend to you? Because I have a
I've
story
seen
for you. What you tell me?
doctors. I've been followed by physio. I'm
Mm-hmm.
a massage therapist. Well, it's really inflammation, right? Like in
Mm-hmm.
between the cartilage. So there's not much you can do, right? So I have a lot of
Yeah.
mobilization of like my ribs, so that like we move stuff around so that it makes space for the inflammation to go, encourage blood flow. But there's not much you could do. There's like it's
Mm-hmm.
waiting and not flaring it up, and like being mindful, like,
Yeah.
but just
You know what
pretty
my
much it.
doctor told me?
Yeah, well, tell me.
Well, he's no longer my doctor. Let's
Oh
start off with
boy,
that.
that's not
I'm
a.
actually in search for a doctor. If anybody knows a doctor in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, let me know. But when I went to go see him for my, I think it was after my second MRI, I
Mm.
told him, listen, my back, I'm dying. What could I do? He told me, Adele, to my face, just take Advil, it'll go away. Take
Oh my
Tylenol.
God. I don't
D-
like, we're not gonna say names, but I think I know we could talk after. I think
We
I
could
know
talk after.
I think I know this doctor.
And just by hearing that, my back was flaring up for the rage I had in me. I'm like, how can you tell me this? And then I heard stories of people telling me to fuse my back or get the injection of
Mm.
cortisone.
Yeah, I heard
I
that.
said, fuck you to all that shit. Because
Mm.
in that state of mind, I was like, I'm never gonna get better. I'm never gonna get
Yeah.
better. But I said no to all that.
Mhm.
And here I am, 37,
There you
kicking
go.
ass with you young 25-year-olds out there.
With
Most of you guys, not all of
with
you.
great
But
push-ups.
good, good push ups. I'm gonna do ring push ups too. You see, post up videos when I'm done or get healed better. I don't know. But yeah, that's crazy. Sometimes, like I feel like we could listen to our doctors or professionals, but sometimes you have to trust yourself, Adele. You gotta. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, believe in yourself. You're gonna get better
Yeah,
because.
for sure. I need to. I mean, it's like it's my passion, right? Like
Mm-hmm,
ever since like I don't play soccer anymore, because like
mm,
CrossFit has taken over my whole
yeah,
passion, like my whole heart.
same.
So I I
Yeah,
I need to get better, so I don't like I need to be hopeful. There's no point in not being hopeful.
yeah. That's true. Like you too. I used to love soccer. I probably played soccer later. I was like
Really?
maybe 12, 14. I played for 3, 4 years. I went to double A. I got the letter for triple
Wow.
A. Then I stopped because I don't know, probably plateaued. I didn't at triple A level. I wasn't fun anymore. It was like, oh, so serious. It's like, oh, I just want
It's
to
the
score
same
goals and like,
same thing for me actually. That's it's so interesting.
there you go, Adele. We have a lot in
It
common.
was like it was not fun. It was just like I understand that AAA should not be fun. It's competitive.
Yeah, it's
But
competitive.
some people took it way too seriously.
And there's another conversation I have with my wife too. So when you look at stuff like soccer, like me and we both played soccer. One thing I noticed with soccer versus, let's say, CrossFit or Jiu-Jitsu,
Mhm.
whatever.
Mhm.
When it comes to soccer, I've never seen such competitive parents in my life. Parents lose their mind
Mhm.
as if they bet their whole house on this local game for
Yeah.
kids.
Mhm.
I don't like I like soccer. I think it's a great sport. Just that when I look at stuff like I use jiu-jitsu for example, I told my wife in jiu-jitsu we're very violent, but we're one of the most respectful martial arts, and everyone's super nice,
Mhm.
and you learn so much there. And there's no one like, even though we do competitions, like there's no like, I never
Animosity.
felt that intensity as
Yeah.
soccer.
Mm.
Did you ever see that intensity at soccer? Like parents going crazy?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's also the fact of like jujitsu, CrossFit, like you can control, like yes, you can't really control what the other person's gonna do, but I mean you can control yourself and your actions. Where I feel
Mm-hmm.
like on a soccer team you can't control like if a defender is gonna like do something or hurt someone, but they're on your team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like maybe parents like they don't like they get mad with other players, but they just take it out
Mm-hmm.
on
Yeah.
in general. You know what I mean? Like it's that
I
aspect of a
feel
team situation.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Also, when I'm watching, like if I ever go, I haven't watched a hockey game in a long time. But if you have watched hockey games in Montreal and you got tickets, do you ever get like this anxiety, like like what? It's like why am I getting this anger in me all of a
Yeah.
sudden? It's the same with soccer.
Hockey's a different breed.
Yeah,
I
it's
wouldn't
a different
even
breed
like
too.
put it in the same category as soccer. Like
Yeah,
and coming from Montreal, like like we can't even like start to like understand like the passion of hockey for like for Quebecers. It's crazy.
yeah. But soccer is becoming really famous too now in
Yeah.
Quebec.
Mhm.
Like
It's doing
like
well.
yeah, when I was playing soccer, there wasn't like as famous as it is now, like with the
Mhm.
stadiums and more people involved,
Mhm.
and also, you know what's another thing I want to mention about my son started soccer last year, and yeah, he's adorable. He doesn't kick the ball. He kicked the ball probably 10 times the whole season. He was too busy making friends and talking to random
Oh my
kids and picking
god.
flowers. He is my wife. He is my wife. My wife is just a sweet person. I see that sweetness in him. But that's not the point. The point was, so they're 4 and 5 year olds, but again, parents getting so mad. Go get the ball. Go kick it. Oh my god! I'm
Oh
like,
my
oh man.
god.
I'm like, they're just kids. Like, what are you planting in their brains?
At
And
five
there's
years old.
yeah. Then you hear some parents talk to the kids. Why didn't you kick the ball? Why didn't you go for it?
Oh god.
I'm like, why are you so scary? like leave the kids alone. Ah, Adele, parents, crazy parents out
The
there.
probability of like people's children become professionals is like it's not low, but it's pretty low.
Hmm.
So like just let the kid enjoy what they're doing.
I know. It seems simple, doesn't it, Adele? It seems like common sense, but
And at
apparently not.
and at the end of the day, like putting your child into a sport is not to like yes, okay, maybe they develop and they're actually really good and they become professionals. But at the
Hmm.
end of the day, like the sports that I did and the like CrossFit that I do is more for the like the life lessons. It wasn't about
Exactly.
being amazing or and it's still the same today. Like I'm not
Yeah.
amazing at CrossFit, but it teaches me a lot through what I do. And it's the same thing with soccer. Soccer taught me a lot of
Hmm.
teamwork and like and I use that for my jobs for everyday life. It's not about like performance and it shouldn't be
Hmm.
at 5 years old like regardless.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
True. Very true. But Adele, you are amazing because you have to think of this stat. About 5% of the people in the world don't train. So you're 95% amazing compared to everyone else.
That's that's pretty crazy.
Because
Honestly,
there's people.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard, but it's hard to take like sometimes like we're so like you in your jujitsu world, me in my CrossFit world, like we see everybody training all the time, so we're like in
Hmm.
that world. And sometimes
Exactly.
it's hard to take a step back and be
Mm.
like we're doing better than like more than half of the world, but it's hard to take that step back sometimes and just realize it.
Yeah. Absolutely. And speaking of steps, the hardest step to actually start is to start, right? Just push. Like my wife, it wasn't. My wife always wanted to like join a gym. I know,
Mhm.
she wanted to join it, and I had to give her a little shove, not too much, just enough for her to say, you know what, we're gonna do this boot camp together.
Mm,
Let's go. She's like, you already trained. I'm like, I don't care. We're gonna train together. We're gonna have something together.
that's
And
good.
now she's like hooked. She's gonna. We can't wait to come back. And it's yeah, it's a great thing, guys. You just like just train even once a week, guys. Like once a week. Go for a walk. Go do
Go for a
something
walk.
physical.
Mm,
It's that demanding. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking wrong. Or
no.
Instagram is more important to more people. I don't know. But Adele, now you say you have this injury. But what is your plan moving forward? What's the plan for 2024, 25? Like, where do you see yourself with CrossFit?
Um. So for CrossFit, I mean, like I said, I'm not a professional athlete. I'm not gonna be a professional athlete. I'm not making the games. It's just really to enjoy myself, and I love looking back and being like, wow, I couldn't do that weight last year, and now I could do it. And like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
last year I couldn't do a toaster bar, and now I could do a toaster bar. So just like keeping up with that like concept of like just being able to look back on my year and be like, last year I couldn't do that, and this year I could. So just always
Mm-hmm.
like becoming a better version of myself. Like even if it's like not like maybe the weights don't go up, okay? Just an
Yeah,
example. But maybe my technique gets so much better. I mean, it
true.
just moving forward and being the best version that I could. That's basically it's like a reoccurring like resolution for like for every year. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I think it's the best one, right? Because
Yeah, I think it's all about the little wins in life.
yeah,
Because when I looked at these jiu-jitsu people, for me, I told myself I can never do jiu-jitsu, and I did it. Then I started jiu-jitsu, and I'm like, I can never do competitions. I'm not that good. I did a competition. I got second place, and now I'm like, I want to do 5 competitions this year. So there's
wow,
all these little things that build
yeah.
up for you, even for you. Like you're gonna lift a little bit more weight every year. You're gonna get your pistol squat even better now. You'll do it blindfolded, 2 hands in the air, or
Without
your
touching
leg
my
over your hand.
without touching my foot, without
Yeah,
looking, like just those yeah, little wins. Honestly, that was super well said. Like little wins and look being able to look back on those little wins and being like, damn,
and it
I
builds
like
up. It
I
builds
did
up.
that. Yeah.
And little do you know that you're gonna start motivating people. You're gonna start like inspiring people. Believe it or not,
That's a
you're
I hope that's what I hope to do. Like, I post a lot, and it's
mm-hmm.
just
You should.
it's mostly that I try to do. It's like I want people to see like this is just like an average girl. Like I don't like I said once again, I'm not gonna make the games, and I'm not a like elite athlete, but like I'm still going in every day and trying as much as I could. And like if it inspires one person, then honestly, I'm happy. I'm content.
Mission accomplished.
Mm,
That's my big goal out of all everything in my Instagram, my
mhm.
podcast, is to show people that this 37-year-old average IT nerd can still compete, can come back from an injury, can do
Mm,
whatever you want, guys. It's possible. I'm not
mm,
a world champion. I'm not gonna be a world champion, but I can still compete and do stuff. I can be better than the average dad or dad bod,
mhm.
which I'm against. That's what I'm being. That's it. Just a good example. Inspiration to some. My son,
Yeah.
who's at school
But
right now.
it's great. It's great because like stories like yours, stories like mine, like people identify themselves in us. Like even if it's for us, we're just like regular Joes. You know what I mean? But they identify themselves in us, and like if it just makes like them happy to see it, then at least it also just made them happy, right?
100%. Now, Adele, before we end soon, I want to ask you a couple personal
Yes.
questions.
Go ahead.
So, what is your favorite food?
Oh, this is a great question. It has to be risotto. Probably risotto.
Risotto.
Yes. I
So
know
Italian.
it had to be Italian. You knew that was coming, but I
Yeah,
mean, it has to be risotto. Love it.
risotto's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, so what's your favorite junk food?
Oh,
Switching the
pi-
tables now.
pizza.
Pizza.
Can,
Yeah, pizza you can never go
can
wrong.
I be more
But
Italian? I mean, I'm sorry.
okay, it depends the pizza for me. It has to be oven in an oven,
Mm-hmm.
thin crust.
Really?
It has to be in an oven, thin crust, thin
Wow.
pizza.
But
I
then
love thin over thick.
That's not
'Cause
junk then, though.
it's just it tastes so good.
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
But
I,
junk, do you also
junk.
have like candies and stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
mean, CrossFit World is like revolved around candies, right? Because it's
It is.
it's
I've been seeing
it's
that stuff. It's
it's
like
the
what is it
pre
like a pic?
pre workout. It's like pre
It's
workout.
a pre-workout. Okay,
Yeah, it's
huh.
carbs. It's basically just straight up carbs. So I mean, in the CrossFit world, it's kind of hard to be like, no, I don't want candy, because like everybody has a bag in their bag.
So I understand that. I get it because when I used to do cycling from Montreal
Mhm.
to the old port, I used to ride my bike back in the day to work,
Wow.
and I used to bring those baby pouches. So I used to have a pouch, or I used to have some candy.
Mhm.
So I guess it's the same applies to like
Mhm.
CrossFit. Okay, so that's the
Exactly. Like say you're in between a session, like say you just finished like a long workout, and then you have to like hit some back squats and some front squats. You're like, ugh, like you just drained yourself. So you just like a little fuzzy peach bag and you're
yeah, the
ready
peach
to
ones. Yeah,
go.
my
Mm,
son loves them too. It's the thing is, my wife buys my son candy, right? And those peach ones you're talking about, yeah, those are his favorite. And I tend to have some too, but not for training reasons, just for because it's in front of my face. Because I don't buy candy. I don't believe in buying candy.
just for
But
junk food reasons.
yeah, just for junk food reasons. And my killer, my junk food of all time is summertime ice cream.
Oh, yes.
Like Adele, I can eat it by the pounds. Ice cream.
What?
Yes, it's if my wife says, "You want to go for ice cream?" Yes. Like if she asks the question, it's like an instant yes. Let's go right now
Is
in the
there a
car.
specific flavor though?
It depends the mood, but I'm a big fan of the vanilla dipped in caramel.
Oh,
I like
wow.
that, and I like always 50-50. So half chocolate, half vanilla. For a simple, amazing, good, it's always the 50-50. I would say the
Mhm.
half chocolate, half good old fashioned.
I'm gonna send you a ice cream recommendation place then for next time.
We found this one place. Let me tell you right now, it was in Tremblant.
Oh,
That closed down, but it's more or less they have it everywhere now. It's
okay.
just they're known to dip their ice cream, and we love that. So if
That's
you can let me know later,
that's the one. This, but it's not the same in Tremblant, but it's right next to my house, and they do that, and it's
okay, I'm gonna do a date night
extraordinary.
with my wife. Tell my wife we'll go for ice cream.
I'm sending you that over.
Sounds good. And I had another question. Okay, my famous question always. Oh, actually, no. One more question for that. Favorite movie? Let's go. Favorite
Oh
movie of all time.
God,
All time.
why? It had to
It
be
has
movie. This is so
movie
mean.
because it's such a throw off question, and there's so many good movies.
I don't know why the only movie
Okay,
coming to
top
my
three. You can do three if you want. Or
okay. Okay, but the only movie that's coming to my brain right now is kind of weird, but I was gonna say Die Hard, and then and then
it's awesome.
I was gonna, but like there's this is like completely random, and then we have Liar
Yeah.
Liar with Jim Carrey. I love that movie,
Yes. That's a great
and then
movie.
we're gonna go into like the romantic comedies, cause like that's kind of me, like the like
That's my
this
wife's
like
field.
the there's like action, and there's
Hmm.
like comedy, and then there's
Yeah.
romantic, and then we're gonna go with The Wedding Singer.
Oh, good. Yes, I've done a couple memes with the Wedding Singer. I love that movie. Really good.
Love it. Love that movie.
Yeah, he's brilliant, Adam Sandler.
Mm,
And now the question: in 5 years, Adele, where do you see yourself? Huh.
wow.
I hit them hard sometimes.
That is a
That's what I
great
do.
question. Well, in 5 years, I hope to start a family. So have maybe a kid. And I'd like to continue training. So always be a part of the community that I'm in now. And I also hope to inspire, like, whether, like, whoever at that moment, if it's inspiring like future mothers,
Mm,
or even inspiring the people from my community, because I had a child and I'm still training. Well,
mm,
that's what, like, just inspiring people, and like having a family, and
mm.
being the best kind of version of myself, whether it's a mom, or as an athlete, or a
That
random
is
gym goer.
awesome. That's awesome, Adele. And let me just tell you to all the parents out there the truth about parenting right now. Here's a secret, according to Marco. No, not really a secret. It's the most beautiful and hardest thing in the world. Whoever wants to be a parent, your time will come, whenever it is. Now, then, but it's the most stressful and most beautiful thing in the world. Prepare yourself, ladies and gentlemen, to love something more than yourself.
Wow.
And that's the truth. That's the most powerful message I can tell you or anyone else when we become a parent, especially a mother. There's nothing stronger than a mother's love. Guys, you'll never beat a mother's love. That's the truth. The bond between my wife and my son is like, wow.
That's
And
so
that's the
well
reason
said.
why I train, because I want them to see like I'm fucking Superman. So yeah, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. All right, people. I don't do that. Not
I
today.
love it. I love it.
I love it. I love it. But I love your goals. I want you to
Thank you.
continue training, and I want you to realize that whatever injury you have, it's gonna
Hmm.
fucking go away. Doctor Marco approved. I'm not a doctor, by the way, but it's gonna go away.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Adele, thank you very much for dropping in,
Thanks for
guys.
having me.
My pleasure. Have a good day, guys. As usual, os.